The cameras were barely rolling. The crowd wasn't even supposed to be there. And yet within minutes, the video exploded across social media. Alexandra Eala stepped onto the practice court in Dubai, calm, focused, almost quiet. But what happened next shocked everyone. This wasn't just another training session. This was the moment people started whispering a dangerous phrase, World #1 in the making. And no one saw this coming. Under the blazing Dubai sun, the court shimmered with heat. It was supposed to be routine, a simple first practice ahead of the tournament. No trophies on the line. No roaring stadium. Just a few coaches, a handful of staff, and a rising star with something to prove. But behind the scenes, the silent pressure was massive. This was her first official session in Dubai after all the headlines, all the expectations, all the noise. And this is where everything changed. As she walked in, racket in hand, there was something different in her body language. Not flashy. Not dramatic. Just composed. Controlled. The kind of quiet confidence you only see in champions. She didn't wave to the cameras. She didn't acknowledge the buzz building around the court. She just started warming up. And that's when the first ball was struck. The sound echoed sharply, clean, explosive, precise. Coaches stopped talking mid-sentence. A few players practicing on adjacent courts glanced over. The ball wasn't just crossing the net. It was flying with intent. But that was just the beginning. Within minutes, the rally intensity escalated. Her footwork was sharper than ever. Every split step perfectly timed. Every forehand loaded with controlled aggression. The real reason this practice went viral wasn't hype, it was the level. The depth on her shots. The pace. The angles. It didn't look like a rising junior anymore. It looked like a Grand Slam contender preparing for war. And then came the moment no one expected. During a high-intensity baseline exchange, she unleashed a backhand down the line that froze everyone watching. It wasn't just fast, it was fearless. The kind of shot you hit when you believe you belong at the very top. The coach on the other side paused for a split second. Even he looked surprised. That single rally clip would later be replayed thousands of times online. But what they didn't show was what happened right after. She didn't celebrate. No fist pump. No shout. She simply walked back to the baseline, eyes locked forward. That calm reaction sent an even louder message. This wasn't excitement. This was expectation. And that subtle difference is what separates potential from destiny. But here's where it gets interesting. Word started spreading around the facility. Players began drifting closer, pretending to adjust their strings, take water breaks, anything to get a better look. You could feel the shift in energy. This wasn't curiosity anymore, it was recognition. Recognition that something special was unfolding. And the whispers grew louder. Some analysts had already called her a future champion. Others said the pressure might be too heavy. After all, Dubai isn't just another stop on the tour. It's a stage where legends sharpen their weapons. And stepping onto that court for the first time under global attention? That's a different kind of test. But what nobody knew was the preparation behind the scenes. For weeks, her team had been fine-tuning details most fans would never notice. Adjusting serve placement by inches. Reworking transition patterns at the net. Strengthening the mental routines between points. Silent work. Hidden improvements. The kind that doesn't trend, until suddenly it does. And this practice was proof. Midway through the session, the tempo increased again. Cross-court exchanges turned into inside-out attacks. Defensive slides transformed into offensive counters. There was one rally, nearly 20 shots, where she absorbed relentless pace, then flipped the script with a razor-sharp angle that painted the sideline. A small crowd behind the fence actually gasped. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't loud. But it was real. And that's when the cameras zoomed in closer. But the most explosive moment came near the end. Her coach fed a difficult, wide ball to her forehand. She sprinted, stretched, almost off balance, and somehow redirected it with surgical precision into the opposite corner. It wasn't just athletic. It was instinctive. The kind of shot that signals evolution. That clip alone would rack up millions of views. Comment sections flooded with one question. Is she ready for the biggest stage? And this is where everything shifted from viral to serious. Because this wasn't about one highlight. It was about consistency. Every drill, every repetition carried intensity. There were no lazy swings. No distracted glances at the phone. She was locked in. Focused in a way that suggested she wasn't chasing attention. She was chasing history. Observers started comparing her movement to seasoned champions. The balance. The recovery speed. The way she constructed points instead of rushing them. It felt mature. Calculated. Almost surgical. But beneath that calm exterior, there was fire. You could see it in the way she tightened her grip before big serves. In the microsecond pause before returning a heavy ball. That silent pressure. She wasn't crushed by it. She was using it. And then, as quickly as it began, the session ended. No dramatic exit. No speech. She packed her bag, nodded to her team, and walked off court. But the buzz didn't leave with her. It multiplied. Clips spread across platforms. Headlines exploded. Future World No.1. Grand Slam energy in Dubai. The rising champion has arrived. But here's the real twist. This was only her first practice. Not a final. Not a trophy ceremony. Just the beginning. And if this is the level she's bringing before the tournament even starts, what happens when the lights are brighter? When the stadium is full? When the pressure isn't silent anymore but roaring from every seat? Dubai might have witnessed something historic, not because of a win, but because of a warning. A warning to the rest of the tour that Alexandra Eala isn't just participating. She's preparing to dominate. And maybe the most shocking detail of all? She's still evolving. Still learning. Still climbing. Which means this viral moment might one day be remembered not as hype, but as the first public glimpse of a champion in the making. So the question isn't whether this practice was epic. The question is, are we watching the rise of the next World No.1 unfold in real time? Because if this was just a practice, imagine what comes next. And if you thought the viral practice was the highlight, the next session made it even clearer. Facing a higher-ranked opponent, the rallies turned intense fast. Longer exchanges. Faster pace. And then one forehand down the line that froze everyone watching. No celebration. Just a calm walk back to the baseline. That silence said everything. As others left, she stayed for extra reps under the fading Dubai sun. No cameras. No noise. Just focus. Because the viral moment was loud. But the real growth is happening quietly. And that's what makes it dangerous.